If you want to find out how I'm doing on my Project 10 uses, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome, to HMM Makeup or Makeup. Today is an update on just an ongoing project called Project 10 Uses, and the brainchild for this Project 10 Uses was, or is, I don't know why I would say was, is Paula, aka A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. I will put Paula's channel right there. And I have really been enjoying this project, and I don't see any reason to stop it at any point, whether it's the end or beginning of a year. I just keep going with it until for some reason I decide to stop. So I'm going to talk to you about the 10 products that I had in last month's Project 10 Uses, and I am then going to introduce whatever products, if any, I am introducing because I finished some of my 10 uses for the given products that I'm going to be talking about right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's go with the products that were duds, meaning that I have not done a good job of using. The first product was these razor liners from Urban Decay. They are liquid liners of a variety of colors. This one is Kush. Here's another one, Junk Show. So that's pink. The other one was green. And I have 4 of these razor liners, and I've only used, I think, once. Yeah, I've only used one time. And so I'm not doing a great job of using them, but I want to keep them in the project. And I think that part of why I've had such a rough time using them is the amount of time I spent on other products, because there was a lot coming in the door in the fall and kind of winter time, early winter time, and I just didn't get to them. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and I guess anything that's kind of out of my ordinary, out of my comfort zone, was just, there was more of a barrier to use them compared to other products in my collection. So that's really the same reason for the other products that I will not have completed the 10 uses of in this update. So razor liners I've used only once, and they are still in the project. Next are the cover veils from Cover FX, and this particular type of product I like. It's very, very easy to do a look. I do all the other eyeshadow, and then I put this in the center to inner to center or inner to 2/3 of the lid, and it really amps up a look. I have all 6 of these. And this one in particular is called Magic. And my favorite is Amethyst, by the way. I don't think they sell these anymore, but they really are quite nice. And again, I was trying a bunch of different eyeshadow palettes, and a feature color is usually from inner to 2/3 of the lid. So I didn't want to use this and not show a color for one of the palettes I was working on. So that's why they ended up getting short shrift. But I think that with the ability to play with more of my regular, already in my collection products, that I'll be able to refocus on these because I quite like them. I really do. Next up are these Butter London eyeglasses, and I have 2 colors. I have Mermaid and I have Oil Slick. And I used each one of these once. So I have 6 more uses left of these. I really enjoyed wearing them every time I do wear them. And it's not a problem of having them in this project. It's very much the same thing as the cover veils. They take a prominent spot in any makeup look. And I wanted to use and to explore some new palettes, and inner to 2/3 of the lid is a really important spot, and that's where I would have put these. But again, I really like them, and I will not have any problem incorporating them in looks now that I can just add them to some palettes that I normally work on a regular basis. Now this next one is a bit of a challenge for me, and it is the Amethyst stick from Laura Mercier. There's nothing wrong with this product. It is quite beautiful. And the it's the same issue as with the other two products. It has to do with the real estate that it would take. But I really think that I can use this in the crease. So I think that that's where I'm going to try to use it for those 10 uses. It's very pretty, and it kind of goes cream to powder, and it's quite nice. I don't think it's going to be an issue in the crease, so I think that that's how I'm going to use it. And it is a deluxe sample, but there is a lot of product in here. But I really need to give it some love, and I don't think it's going to be a big deal using it. If I think of it more like an eyeshadow base or an eyeshadow primer, even though that's not quite how I'm going to use it, I think it's going to be easier for me to enjoy this product. So let's see how it goes. Now this next product I've used a total of 2 times, once in this latest round, and it's beautiful iridescent pink to lavender. It's a beautiful, beautiful loose highlight called Lilac Vibes from Glam & Co. And same reason, I'm not going to repeat myself, same reason December was a rough month for me to be focusing on Project 10 Uses, and yes, I'm looking forward to using that one as well. And I actually think it might be a really good pairing with Amethyst. I will have to give that a shot. Now I've talked about my 5 products that I did not finish the 10 uses on, and now I get to talk to you about my wins, because half, the other 5 of the products in this 10 uses project, I did manage to do my 10 uses. So let's talk about those. First off are these cover clicks by Cover FX, and I had 4 of them. 2 of them were highlighters, and well, all of them actually, no, 3 of them could be considered highlighters, 1 of them could be considered a blush or lipstick, 2 could be considered lipstick. They're multi-use. Why am I trying to define them? So we have Blossom here, which I did use as a sort of highlighter. They're really hard to, can't roll one up and hold the other 3. So this is Blossom, and I tried to use it as a lipstick. Not very flattering on me. I would have to be very, very fair. So I used it as kind of a blush highlight, and it was pretty. So enjoyed using that. And there's not a ton of product in a, well, you might think there's a lot in these clicks, but it's a cream product. I do find cream products take a while to use. This next one, let me just find the berry one. Okay. And the berry one is one that I was able to use as a lipstick and a blush, and I really enjoyed that one. It's a very flattering color on me. Any kind of a mauvey pink is very easy for me to wear, so that was a joy to use. And then I had 2 that are deeper highlighters. This one is Gilded, and of course you could use this as an eyeshadow base as well, of course, because it's a cream product. And it is definitely a deeper, it's kind of like a bronzy highlighter on my skin tone. And then this one is Gold Dust. And this one is more of a typical highlighter shade. Makes me think a little bit of Champagne Pop from Becca. And I haven't used those 2 as much as the Berry and Blossom colors. But I do like them, and this 10 Uses project did convince me that I need to give these more love. And they were delightful to use. I had no problem getting to 10 uses, and I look forward to reaching for them on a regular basis. And as a matter of fact, I have now kept these on my makeup counter because I want them front and center in front of me as a reminder that, oh yeah, that's an option, right? If they get put back in my collection, I won't see them as much, and they are very small, so that it's easy to overlook them, unfortunately. Next up are the KVD Vegan Beauty Lightening Liners. Now these I have a love-hate relationship with, because sometimes you click, 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 nothing comes out, and then the product starts gushing out and you waste a ton. And it's very frustrating. I ended up having to throw out Jet, which was the black one that's a little bit of glitter in it as well, that just never worked. It just never worked. I could not get it to work. Meanwhile, I got the other ones to work. And that was really yeah, just frustrating. Now they don't sell these anymore. I'm just using what I have. So this one is Ludwig, and I have a number of other ones. This one is Bach. And we've got Amadeus. I like the names. Hyde is my favorite. It's a metallic brown and it's beautiful. And we have Fife, Poe. I was going to say Fife, but it's Poe. I really like the names. And my second favorite is Fife. So Fife and Hyde were my two gems in using these liners. And I do like it. I like all of them. But what I have to say is I need to be in a patient mood because I never know how long they're going to take to get product to the tip of the liner. And I'm not kidding. Sometimes it takes me 5 minutes of effort because you have to click, 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 and you have to wait. Because if you're too impatient, then that's when it just starts gushing out half the product in the liner. So you can tell I'm irritated, but they're great. And at the same time, they can feel like the bane of your existence in the moment because it's just a bad liner design, and I'm sure the design in part is based on the metallic nature of the liner, but I really don't think this product should have been released the way it was, and it's probably why it got defunct pretty quick. Anyway, I will continue to use them when my patient self is present in a given day and I want to do a more dramatic liner. And on days where I don't feel that way, I just will still steer clear. Even if I'm looking for a colorful liner, I will go to a different brand and different packaging. That's just what I'm going to do. When it does work out, the payoff is great. But if I'm going to get irritated, it's not worth it no matter what. So that is the status for the lightning liners. These liners are probably not going to show up in another project. It's going to be just based on how I'm feeling on a given day. That's pretty much it. And this glass jar is very visible to me at all times, so it shouldn't be hard to have them kind of front and center and as a reminder that, oh yeah, those are an option for me. Now this next palette was an absolute pleasure to use, and it is the Estee Edit. If you guys remember this one, it's a couple years old now. It was a holiday release a couple of years ago. And I started off using this blush right here, and then slowly migrated to using this peach blush as well, and also this highlighter. So these three ended up getting quite a bit of use during my 10 uses of this palette. And I have, after having finished the 10 uses, I have continued to go into this palette from time to time. So the Project 10 Uses was quite successful in reminding me of just how good this palette is in my collection. And that's part of why I like this Project 10 Uses so much, is this reminder of all the good stuff that I have at the ready right here, and that I don't have to look outside my collection for some fantastic products. And finally, two products. The last two I can talk about them together because they are two individual line items, but a similar product. And they are two glosses from Sephora, and they were a pleasure to use. So much so, I did my 10 uses, or used these 10 times each as I had said I would, and went well beyond. Marquisette was a nice gold highlighter to use over the holidays, and then this chestnut cream was great to pair with a kind of a bronzy, beigey, or even kind of a rosy eye look. And both of them taste great. Not that you're supposed to eat lip gloss, but you do lick your lips on a regular basis, usually during the day. I do anyway. They were such a pleasure to use. And so now they are in my main drawer, my main makeup drawer, at my vanity here in my beauty room. And I reach for them still regularly, and I'm so glad that I decided to focus on them and remind myself of how much I like them. because I continue to enjoy them. And these were the absolute belle of the ball in this latest round. No question. And now we talked about 5 products that I still had in the project and 5 products or product categories that I finished using. And now we are going to talk about what is going to replace those 5 products that I was successful in using 10 times. And I have them right in front of me, and they're all pretty different except for 2 of them. I decided, because I have had this in my little perfume display right here, I have had this in the little perfume display for weeks now, and I have not touched it. I've touched it once, and I want to explore this perfume a little bit more. Viva la Juicy, and from Juicy Couture. And it's a nice light scent, and I think that that's kind of nice in the wintertime when we're all bundled up to have a nice light scent. And it's just not a perfume that calls to me, and I think it needs a little special attention, and I'm going to be giving it that special attention during the month of January. So Viva la Juicy from Juicy Couture perfume. Now this next one is a face primer that I've used I think only twice, and it deserves more love, and that is the All Nighter Face Primer. It's a long wear foundation grip. So if I am needing to do my makeup later on in the day, so if I do my moisturizer and all my creams and then do makeup right away, I don't feel that I need a primer. But if I'm going to do my makeup later in the day, that is when I'm going to be using this one. And so it should be about a month for me to have 10 uses of this primer, because I would say 10 times is the amount of times where I might be doing my makeup later in the day than right after my moisturizer. So yeah, looking forward to that. Mostly on the weekends is where I would be a little bit late, and that's probably when I'm going to be using it. And I did try it a couple times, and it is nice. It's a nice primer, but if you don't feel like you need it, you don't tend to use a primer. Yeah, anyway. This next product is another product from Urban Decay, and it is one that I just don't use enough. And it is the Mascara Resurrection. So if I want to refresh my mascara, I want to start using this product. So you're supposed to be able to put it on your lashes, and it kind of melts your mascara a little bit so that you can put a fresh coat. So for example, you do your day and you have your mascara on and maybe it's looking a little tired. You are supposed to be able to use this product and kind of loosen up the mascara a little bit so that you can go back in with your mascara and just refresh it and make it look nice again, possibly even after a slight reapplication of your makeup, your eye makeup, right? So it's a full size. I just haven't really given it much love, and I just want to know how reliable it is. Does it reliably do its job every time for a good while, or is it more of a gimmicky thing? And I don't hear anybody talk about it, so I think it would be helpful for me and possibly for you to know more about this product. Second last product is a product that I'm very fond of, and it is the Lise Wattier. This is not the eyeshadow palette, this is the face palette. There are 2 highlighters and 2 blushes in it, and it's quite pretty. And you can tell that I've used it, but I would like to use it more. And it would be really nice to just have this palette, as I did for the Estée Edit blush and highlighter palette, and actually bronzer palette, to have this one as my go-to for at least 10 uses. That would be really nice. And it's her face palette from this past year's holiday set, so holiday 2020. That's the face palette. And now I have this brand new product from Colored Rain that intimidates me a little bit. And it's a product that I received in a mystery box. If you want to see that video, I'll put it right there. I got three, I think, mystery boxes from Colored Rain. And this is my second highlighter from the brand. The other one is Lavender Dreams, and this one is called Your Treat. And you can see why I'm a little intimidated. And I think I'm going to use it as a bronzer topper. But that's my intention, or even as an eyeshadow. But I just need to start trying to use it. And I think that this is going to help me figure out how I can make good use of it. It's very pretty. And it's quite a bit. It's 8 grams. There's a lot in here. And it's kind of goldy peach. So I really think I can use it as a bronzer topper. But let's just see how it goes. I think 10 uses will give me a lot of information about how it works for me on my skin, and how I'm going to end up categorizing it in my collection. So let's recap with the most recent first. So the Colored Rain highlighter, the Lissie face palette, Mascara Resurrection, the All Nighter primer, the Viva La Juicy perfume, and remaining in the project is going to be my 2 Butter London eyeglasses, the Glam & Co. Lilac Vibes Loose Pigment, the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick, the Urban Decay Razor Liners, and the Cover FX Shimmer Veils. Well, that's it. 5 products out, 5 new products in, and I cannot wait to update you on my progress next month. I am going to call it. I really think I will have 10 out of 10 done. I really hope I'm not going to eat my words on this one. And so, yeah, I'll see you next month for the update to this video. And of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.